Good morning, good morning. You know what? I just had to finish listening to Kirk Franklin. He said, I can do all things, all things. You don't have to worry about a thing. He can do all things. Let me turn this down because this just fit in to what I was getting ready to talk about this morning. Good morning, and happy Thursday. This is Gigi. Well, I'm getting ready to go out and walk on the track. But it's so cold because, when you start talking and you're dealing with the phone and everything, it's really cold. And when I get out of here and do this walk this morning, it's going to be a fast walk. But good morning. Oh, my goodness. How y'all doing this morning? Stay warm. If you got to do your steps, do it around the house. This morning. Oh, my goodness. We in the last day of November. Can you believe that? Getting ready to go into December, getting ready to end up a new year. Well, this morning I was just reading, oh my goodness, our daily bread is reminding us that we've got to trust God, trusting God. And from this lesson today, my gem nugget is, I want to tell you, this is what you got to do. You got to put your ultimate trust in God. Put your ultimate trust in God. See, Psalm 20:7 says, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. Come on now. And in this life, we want to trust people, and especially when we may be in need of some things, but we just can't trust it. The chariots and the horses, to me, represent those things and those people that we put trust in. But God is saying, don't put your ultimate trust, because they let you down. Look, I was reading this, and I got to share this story that was in our daily bread. It says, I needed 2 medications urgently. One was for my mom's allergies, and the other for my niece's eczema. Their discomfort was worsening, but the medicines were no longer available in pharmacies. Desperate and helpless, I prayed repeatedly, Lord, please help them. Weeks later, their condition became manageable. God seemed to be saying, there are times when I use medicines to heal, but medicines don't have the final say. Oh, I like that. I do. Don't place your trust in them, but in me. This person was placing their trust more in the medicine. And of course we do, when we're sick, we trust that if we take these medications, but sometimes, just like this, the medication wasn't available. Sometimes friends are not available, and God has to step in sometimes and say, wait a minute, let me show you who you should put your ultimate trust in, and that's in me. And this is what I also like to share. It says, while God may use the resources of this world to help us, he may use resources, he may use people, he may use other things to help us. Ultimately, victory over our problems come from him. We are grateful. We are grateful when people help us and when we can find those things that help us, but we have to put our ultimate trust in the Lord. And I guess I have gotten a thicker skin when it comes to that, because sometimes I remember back in the day, when people say they're going to help you or they're going to give you something, and then the next thing you know, they turn their backs on you and it doesn't come through. And maybe you were really depending on what they were going to do for you, and then you get really disappointed. I can tell you things just as simple as, the 11 years that we've been at Grace and Twine Ministries. Over the 11 years, there have been people, I tell you, if we counted the people at least once or twice a week that say, I'm coming to your church on Sunday, our church would be so full we wouldn't have room. Or people that say they were going to do something for you financially, oh my goodness, we would be millionaires by now. But what we have learned, Pastor and I have learned, we have learned how to put our ultimate trust in God. Because now, when people say certain things, I say, okay, that's wonderful, that's fine. I let it go in one ear and out the other, and I keep putting my trust in God. And you know what? God continues to come through, from just unexpected places. Oh my goodness. And that's what he wants us to do. He wants us to put our ultimate trust in him. Because the thing that bothers me the most about when people say they're going to do something and don't do it, I've grown, like I said, that thicker skin. But the thing that concerns me most, not what you say to me, but what God sees you doing. The priests and the Pharisees one day, they were just, their usual thing with Jesus. And Jesus asked them a question. He said, let me put this story to you in the 21st chapter, Matthew 28 through 31. He said a man had 2 sons. And he said to the first son, he said, son, go out into the vineyard and work the fields today. That son said, yes, okay, I'm going to go and do it. But guess what? He didn't do it. Then the other son, he told the other son to go out into the field and do the work. And that son said, I'm not going out there. But later on, the son did go out. And so Jesus posed the question, well, which one did the Father's will? And of course the answer was the one that said he wasn't going to do it, but did it. And Jesus said at the end, he said that was the one that did the will of my Father. And he said, it's just like with you. There are going to be some tax collectors and some prostitutes that are going to go into the kingdom before you because you didn't do his will. Oh my goodness. And see, that is the danger. That is the danger. When you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, because God is looking at that. And not saying that the publicans and the harlots, this is not talking about salvation here when it says going into the kingdom. It's talking about receiving the blessings of the kingdom when you do his will. Oh my goodness. But put your ultimate trust in God. Man is going to let you down, but put your ultimate trust in God, because he will never leave you. And don't worry about it. Just like Anthony Brown says at the end of his song, you did not create me to worry. You did not create me to fear when people don't come through like they want to. That's why he said, I will trust in you. And you know what? When you put your ultimate trust in him, oh my goodness, sometimes he comes in even exceedingly and more abundantly than you ever expected. But put your ultimate trust in the Lord. Amen, amen, amen. I want to remind you tonight is Thursday, so it's time for Life Study. Pastor James E. Gilmore has a powerful lesson that we not only should study, but that we should apply to our everyday life. So you want to tune in at 7 p.m. on the Gem Nugget channel and Facebook Live. Don't forget, tell your friends if they haven't subscribed. Tune in tonight. Share these broadcasts and things with them. Don't forget to subscribe to the Gem Nugget channel. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to get out here, do this fast walk, do these sprints around the track. Try to get as close to 10,000 steps as I can. But don't forget, put your ultimate trust in the Lord. Bye-bye. Stay warm. Be blessed. Bye.